All right, friends, I want to share with you 6 tips on how to get referrals as a real estate investor. Look, I spent the first 5 years as a real estate investor prospecting with cold calling, direct mail, texting, bandit signs, you name it. All of those prospecting means where I was spending money to market. Nothing wrong with that. It worked. I got deals. But I was slowly getting in referrals. And then I decided that I was going to make a major shift with how I got deals. And now the main way I get deals is through referrals. So I'm going to give you 6 tips on how I do so. So the first one, none of my other tips are going to go well if you don't get this one. You've got to do good business. There's a reason where the majority of my shirts that I wear when I speak, it says how you do real estate matters. It is my tagline for a reason. It is both the technical side, but also how you treat people. So you've got to do good business because if you're trying to get referrals, but you do shitty business, no one's going to want to do business with you or send anyone your way, especially if it's a local professional. They're gonna not like your reputation. I promise you will precede you if you do bad business. So that means keeping your word, right? So this is why when I make offers, I try my best to not make an offer that I'm just going to go ahead and cancel. Now, granted, there's going to be times where things come up, right? But I have a very strong sense of if I say I'm going to make an offer and I can buy a property, I'm going to do it. So I'm not just putting like baseless offers out there. Um, I try to do my best. If I say I'm going to be somewhere, I'm going to be there. I want, like, my word means something to me, and I'm going to treat people right. Not only with respect and manners, but also with dignity, especially since I deal with a lot of motivated sellers in very distressed situations. Tomorrow I'm going to go walk a property. When I got it under contract, the day that I went, by the way, it came as a referral. I hugged that seller 3 separate times in that appointment. Now, it was a welcomed hug, things like that, but it was one of those things where it was a really hard conversation, a really hard situation. The next one is you want to make sure what this is in within the doing good business. You want to build allies, people who you care to see them benefit, right? Like mutually beneficial relationships. It's not all just one-sided. Stop being transactional, right? When you're being transactional, people can smell that from a mile away. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is going to be a hard one. You've got to stop. This is all still under the do good business. You've got to stop. When I say stop being transactional, again, it's just, hey, what can I take? What can I have? But the next part of that is you've got to do what's right, not what's convenient, especially in this changing and challenging market. Things aren't going our way for every single deal. And so, whether that is, making sure you're paying a lender, you're paying a subject to deal on someone's behalf, even though the deal may not be cash flowing or may be sitting vacant, like whatever that may be, do what is right. Like if you're going to get private money from folks, you want to make sure, even if the deal goes south, you make them whole. And then, by doing good business, you create raving fans, right? This is where referrals as well as repeat business comes into play. Plenty of times I have done where I've helped someone, and this is the not transactional part. When I'm not being transactional, this is when I'm able to go ahead and truly, like, when I'm not being transactional, I wanted to wrap my thought around this. When I'm not being transactional, here's one of the way that plays out in my business. I tell people all the time, especially professionals, lenders, agents, insurance, title, you name it. I said, I don't have to be involved in the transaction to help. If I know how to help, I'm not going to be greedy with my information. Here's my cell phone. Consider me a part of your team. I'm happy to help. I am here to help. So, guys, when you do good business, it's how do you leave the people, for example, when you go on an appointment, when various things like that, how do you leave them feeling, right? And so this is a huge part to just overall doing good business. It's when I say how you do real estate matters, it is the technical side, right? But it's also it's the how you treat people, it's how you show up in the real estate that you do. Look, you can be the smartest person in the world. You can have money, you can buy a property in a day, but it doesn't mean you're going to get a referral, right? You've got to be able to say, hey, someone's got to say, hey, they do good business. I trust them. I like them, know them, trust them. When people get to know you, do they like you? Do they trust you? Do they say, hey, I like how you do business, right? So those are all good signs. Ultimately, I am tempted here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off, and I'm going to do each of these six ones in a different video, because I have a feeling that if I do them all in one, it's going to be very long. And I have a feeling you guys are enjoying these shorter videos. Let me know. Are you enjoying the, 5 to 10 minute ones versus the 30 plus minutes? So look, these are going to be six different tips on how to get referrals as a real estate investor. The first one, it's do good business. Make sure to subscribe, and you'll be able to see the others when they get posted. Thanks, guys.